Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A bill is passed up at the House of Representatives that may attract airlines to the CNMI. Also tonight, DPS is searching for suspects involved in a theft at Hopwood Middle School. And the location for the future Palauan Abai is raising some concerns. In sports, this private school hopes to be something it hasn't done in 15 years. Stay with us, these stories and more are next. To Dude.
Half a day CNMI. My name is Gloria Kavanaugh. I'm reaching out today to encourage you to participate in the 2020 census.
The 2020 census staff will be visiting your home to gather information on your household.
I encourage your family and friends to participate and answer all questions to ensure accurate data.
Your participation is truly important to strengthen the communities in the CNMI through funding for schools,
the police force, fire department, healthcare, and much more.
However, if there is an undercount in the CNMI, we will not receive our full share of resources for our community.
Please answer all the questions on the CNMI census form. Your information is safe and private.
In fact, federal law prohibits anyone at the Census Bureau from sharing personal census information with violations resulting in stiff penalties and jail time.
They will not be asking questions concerning your citizenship status,
Social Security card number,
or bank account information.
All census workers carry official government badges,
which also identifies them as a 2020 census worker.
If anyone claiming to be a census employee asks these specific questions above,
please contact the CNMI Census Office immediately.
Let's do our part
in shaping the future of our CNMI.
count everyone once,
only once,
and in the right place.
Be counted, CNMI.
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 Shape our future. Start here. Learn more at 2020census.gov. What is Whole Home Wi-Fi? Whole Home Wi-Fi spreads Wi-Fi across your entire home. Pods plug straight into the wall. No messy cables. They spread the internet from your modem to every corner of your home at full speed. Whole Home Wi-Fi doesn't just make your Wi-Fi faster. It intelligently adapts to your environment and manages your Wi-Fi 24/7 based on insight like the number and types of devices connected to your home. Whole Home Wi-Fi, powered by Plume. Learn more at docomopacific.com.
Half a day, Tiruwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, February 12th, 2020. The House of Representatives passed a bill this morning that may attract airlines to the CNMI, which also means more tourists for the island. KSPN's Sally Lemus reports.
This morning, members of the House unanimously voted to pass House Bill 21-102, which is to suspend the payment of aviation fuel tax during a state of significant emergency. Speaker of the House B.J. Attal explains collections from airlines that fueled in the CNMI amounted to $630,000 last fiscal year. With the cancellation of several flights, the aviation fuel tax collection will see a major decrease.
The goal here is to hopefully entice the other airlines to come in. Or, for example, you take SkyMart. They have one direct flight on a daily basis right now. They have other destinations that can fly directly to Saipan. Maybe they can add another airline and take advantage of the tax-free on jet fuel.
Attal says airlines may use the CNMI as a port for fueling up while also bringing in tourists.
Other airlines can come in, use it as a fuel up. We get 10 or we get 100 people here and get food on the ground. That's the economic activity, and I believe the domino effect on getting food on the ground would generate on BGRT, NMTIT taxes, employee taxes, right? So the businesses don't have to decrease necessarily their manpower because there's still customers, tourists that are coming in from other airlines that are taking advantage of our aviation or moratorium on aviation fuel tax.
The bill is only good for the period of the emergency that has been declared by the governor.
The aviation fuel tax is not a big amount, but the trickle effect when you get the people on the ground is bigger. And that's what we need here in the CNMI. We need people on the ground, going to restaurants, going to stores, staying at our hotels. That's what we need. And it's unfortunate the numbers of 48 million possibly of a change in our annual budget for 2020. Let's try to find ways to cushion the impact that will be affecting us financially.
Speaker Attal says legislators continue to work on more revenue-generating bills, especially in this dire need and forward. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Sally Limis.
Another bill that just passed this afternoon after a lengthy discussion is the excise tax bill. House members, business owners, and customs officers met this morning to discuss the elimination of the 30-day grace period for excise tax payment that requires customs inspection and clearance. Representatives from the Chamber of Commerce and several local business owners lobbied the bill, stating it needs more time for business inputs. After hours of discussion, the bill was passed with quite a few no's, but now moves on to the Senate. Officers from the Department of Public Safety are seeking your help in locating a suspect or suspects involved in a burglary and theft at Hopwood Middle School. Officers were called to Hopwood Middle School in the village of Culberville last Friday. An employee of the school stated the front gate was getting unlocked when they noticed scattered papers near the entrance of the main office. Upon opening up the principal's office, the individual noticed scattered items throughout the room and desk drawers were all opened. A release from DPS states after a quick inventory, the principal and vice principal stated the only items missing was a black cell phone that was confiscated from a student weeks earlier. DPS states they have no leads on the incident yet. If you have any information related to this incident or others, call 911 or to remain anonymous, call CNMI Crime Stoppers at 234-7272. A piece of property located up on Capitol Hill is intended to have a Palauan Abai built on it, but is raising some concerns with the location. Take a listen. It's a piece of property located on Capitol Hill right behind the Retirement Fund building, also a location of the future Palauan Abai.
The Abai is the, for those that don't know, is a gathering place for the community, the Palauan community.
The Palauan Abai has been in the works for quite some time, but the location up on Capitol Hill has raised concerns to Matua Council for Chamorro Advancement President Leanna Hofschneider.
Although I understand that the Abai is a very important gathering place, it didn't have to be here.
Hofschneider states she feels the land should be used for Chamorro culture. She says this goes back years ago.
The historical issue on this was that during Governor Fitio's administration, then Secretary of Public Land, John De Rosario, provided a document giving away X number of several thousand square meters of property up in Panagonum. That's the ancient Chamorro traditional name, Panagonum. It's also called Navy Hill. The context of that letter is conferring between the government, which is the governor, and the public land secretary, John De Rosario, conveying this piece of property in perpetuity. And this is public land. When you say public land, it's not necessarily public land, it's trust land. It's trust land that was given to the government in trust for the people of the Marianas. So after that, several years ago, a piece of bill came out in the legislature. It was introduced by then Congressman Angel de Mapon, allocating another piece of property in Capitol Hill.
Secretary of DCCA, Robert Hunter, says the location for the Palauan Abai is up to the Department of Public Lands, and that there have been previous locations set up for the Palauan Abai, but have been relocated because no work was being done to begin building the Abai.
It was decided that a property was going to be assigned for temporary use for a Palauan Abai, or whatever you want to call it, community center or meeting house. And again, we know the Palau community has been here a long time, many decades. And so a decision was made to provide a piece of property. This isn't the first time. This is actually the second or the third time that a property has been designated for a Abai. I think the last time was at Navy Hill. A couple of previous times the Abais never materialized in the end, but yeah, so we were asked if we could participate to provide the Palau community with a small piece of property for this Abai, and a decision was made that it would be this property behind the former retirement fund building here at Capitol Hill. It's a small vacant property.
But Hunter says these locations are temporary assignments.
The property remains DPL's, the property remains in their portfolio. At any time, DPL can simply take back the property.
Hofschneider states she feels the homestead should be an option for the land.
We have over 2,000 homestead applications that are pending for over 20 years. And there's a homestead right across, right adjacent to this. This can serve as the next homestead for whoever the family that have been waiting for this property, you know, for an opportunity to, you know, build their homes.
But Hunter says this is not probable.
I know there's people on waiting lists for homesteads, but this isn't a designated homestead area so far as I know. And those kinds of decisions are made at the Department of Public Lands, not by the DCCA.
Hofschneider says she is just asking for reconsideration of the location of the Palauan Abai.
With all due respect, I ask the Palau community to please respect us and gracefully tell the government that with all due respect, give it back.
The funding for the Abai is raised by the Palauan community. At this time, construction has not begun at the site. Coming up, we check out some creativity for the island-wide STEM fair. Stay tuned.
Mom, are you sure? What about the shutters? And do you have your medicine?
Don't worry about us, love, okay? You take good care of yourself. I'm in love. Yeah, sorry. The power went out, so I had to light up all the candles. Yeah. Yes, baby, yeah. I'm just glad our home phone's working and we're able to contact you.
Half a day! Join us for the Marianas Festival of Hope on February 21 at the American Memorial Park. Come and be blessed as you listen to a message of hope from the Reverend Franklin Graham. And enjoy a night of music featuring Grammy Award singer and songwriter and multi-platinum artist Michael W. Smith. Together with award-winning guitarist Dennis Agajanian, the Tommy Coombs Band, and from the Philippines, Margarita It's Wahiman. Admission is free. See you there at the American Memorial Park on Friday, February 21. Gates will open at 5:30 p.m. For more information, follow us on Facebook at Marianas Festival of Hope with Franklin Graham.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The annual island-wide STEM fair is just a few weeks away. Our Sally Lemus heads to Oleai Elementary School to check out some potential entries.
Turtles! The Oleai Turtles gives it their all and best at the school-level STEM fair.
It has evolved from science fair, we call it STEM fair now. And that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So it goes across those fields, and students are, they come up with a question or something that they would like to present. It's a way for students to broaden and understand that science, is around us and is important in our lives, and that it's important to question. And that's how we're able to find answers, and how we can help save the earth, how we can help with pollution.
Participants in this morning's fair were students kindergarten through 2nd grade. KSPN speaks with some students and finds out how they came up with their ideas.
And how did you come up with this idea?
My mom helped me build it, and I helped color it, and also I did the question marks with paint. So my mom said, do you want to do this project? And I said, okay, then we just practice it, then we get more ideas what to do with it.
Well, my mom actually came up with a project, and I just fell asleep.
It's about ants, like getting into flavors of biscuits, white bread, honey syrup, and syrup. We counted how many ants, and the honey syrup was the best, and I thought the syrup was gonna win, but then my mom said it's the honey. And then we keep on laughing.
But did you have fun with this project?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is science one of your favorite subjects?
No, not really.
The top 5 winners from lower grade and top 5 from upper grade will move on to the special judging, where judges will evaluate the projects once more and choose who will move on to state level. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Sally Lemis.
Guam Visitors Bureau gives details on effects of the number of travelers due to the coronavirus, and delegates representing Guam at the Festival of Pacific Arts is announced. KUAM reports.
Hopwood CNMI, here's what's making news on Guam. There is growing alarm from the World Health Organization about new cases of the coronavirus that were transmitted without any travel history to China. In a news conference today, the WHO's Director General says the cases in France and the UK could be the spark that becomes a bigger fire. Here at home, tourism officials are also bracing for what could be the devastating impact of a prolonged global travel slowdown. Guam Visitors Bureau President Pilar Laguana says there have been more than 6,000 visitor cancellations to date, about 5,500 of those from Korea.
We are very concerned about these cancellations, but we're also seeing some new bookings or rebooking, and it's a known fact globally that everyone is concerned about travel and safety. The current losses for our visitor cancellations is roughly around $1.3 million just in the last few days that we have been monitoring since the corona outbreak issue. The impact can be devastating.
Just how much a prolonged global slowdown will have on the industry and on Guam's economy in general can't be measured just yet. What GVB is doing now is letting source markets know that we remain coronavirus free, and authorities are doing all they can to keep it that way.
It is very volatile and it's fast moving, and our job is to help keep all the information very factual.
And once the coronavirus fears begin to subside, she says GVB will also begin ramping up its recovery plan.
Each market will be assessed, and at the proper time we will be looking at what recovery steps need to be taken and to what extent.
And GVB has scheduled an industry briefing next week to update stakeholders on the coronavirus impact. The Festival of Pacific Arts takes place once every 4 years, bringing together artists and cultural practitioners from around the region. The 100 official delegates representing Guam at the 13th festival in Hawaii in June were announced at a press conference yesterday. They were selected by the Programming Chairs Committee, comprised of Dr. Judy Flores, Dr. Michael Bivacqua, Eileen Meno, and Maria Barcinas. The delegation breakdown is as follows: 54 for the performing arts, 34 for demonstrations and exhibits, special events and activities, and 6 for the literary arts. The remaining 6 slots are for the head of state, head of delegation, and the 4 programming chairs. According to the official announcement, FESPAC is a major regional cultural event with 27 Pacific Island nations and territories gathering to share, exchange, respect, and appreciate their cultures. Stay connected via our KUAM mobile news app. Follow us on any of the social media platforms and sign up for our weekly email newsletter, KUAM Digital Digest, on KUAM.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Thank you, Nestor. All right, coming up, the Marianas High School varsity set the gym on fire yesterday. It's okay, only one team got burned. Sports next. Things happen when we least expect it. So why wait? Buy insurance today. Visit Pacific Insurance Underwriters in Susupe.
Jose and Pedro were born on the very same day. Jose liked to play sports. Pedro liked to play video games. Jose's favorite word was pass. Pass me the ball. Pedro's favorite word was pass too. Pass me the rice. Jose is retired and has both time and energy. His life is just beginning. Pedro has diabetes, hypertension, and gout. His life could soon end. Eat less, play more, live longer. Brought to you by PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, good night, or should I say good nights. Could this be 2005 again when Mount Carmel shocked and rocked the island with their only boys basketball championship? Well, it's still early, and so far, these Knights, though, they have shining bright armor. No aircon? No problem, the fans come anyway. Yes, fans, aka students. Matthew Richardson dribbles until he sees a lane open up and he takes it right in for the Knights against MHS3. Keone Dela Cruz with the D. He ends up with the ball and then drains a spot-up 3-ball. Richardson, the look-away pass to Jeremiah Diaz for the lay-in. MHS3 struggling to find an open shot. Richardson, the interception, and a 4-dribble drive and deposit. These Knights play all-out boogie style, and the fans seem to appreciate Knights win again. Well, meanwhile, the Marianas High School varsity team is rolling on undefeated as well. The showdown between MCS and MHS is coming up February the 25th. Let's look at the varsity. Mount Carmel, too, had a hard time getting anything going against the MHS varsity squad. Brian Bernardo, the short baseliner for the Dolphin Dandy. Get out of the way for CJ Sablon. Here's how you rotate the ball inside out to the open man. B3, bingo. All MHS all the way. Captain Bravo, one of the bulldozers for this team. Daryl Soriano puts his name in the scorebook with that bucket. Daryl's so good that they made him assistant captain. This is an easy victory for the varsity. Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Get your game and gear at Gold's Gym Saipan. Group exercise is a great way to get fit and then stay fit. For something high tempo, go for a ride with one of our instructors in our new spin room. Let's roll. Pilates improves flexibility, builds strength, and develops control and endurance in the whole human body. It also improves coordination and balance. And the Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplement. See you at Gold's Gym.
Traveling or laying over on Guam? Don't wait around. Zip into Guam Adventures Zipline Park inside the Hilton Resort and Spa. Guides will take you through a series of zips, starting with a mountain course and then zip over the ocean with spectacular views of Tumon Bay. 6 zip lines in all deliver a thrilling experience, and it's family friendly, so bring the kids ages 6 and up. You'll love the security of double lines and a new braking system to make riding smoother. The towers are named after the islands in the Marianas. We call it the Island Hopper. Your guides will teach you what you need to know to soar through the jungle with a bird's eye view. Best of all, for residents of Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, you can book this experience at 20% savings. Log on to GuamAdventures.com and during checkout, use offer code HAFA20. Book it and zip it today. We'll even pick you up. All right, our high today wasn't even high at all. It was only 83 in the low at my house, 72 this morning. 44% humidity. If that looks low, it's because it is. It's a new KSPN2 record weather low. Humidity. Wow. Excuse me. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, isolated showers, northeast winds 15 to 25 miles an hour, high 86, low 75. Kind of choppy out there, 8 to 10 feet. Sunrise 6:42, high tide 11:02, low tide at 5:23, sunset at 6:19.
I did notice a lot of that choppy water. I think it's from
We're
the
getting
winds.
the trade wind. These are fresh trade winds, and they're blowing in from part of the Pacific where there's just no moisture.
Yeah.
And so we're getting this. This is the driest air that we've ever had that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I'm not minding it too much. It feels actually pretty good. I was cold last night.
Yes, I went outside and actually sat and watched the stars because all the planets are lined up. It starts with Venus, the evening star, but last night you could see Orion and Pisces and Gemini and Taurus. So all those were in the sky last night.
Well,
you know, I get that Skyview app on the phone.
Yeah.
And you stand there and it plays this space music, and then it identifies all the stars and everything. It's called Skyview. It's an app you put on your phone, and it's a great place. I think tonight should be good for us stargazing.
Oh, I think I'm going to have to go home and
try
check
it out. You never stargazed?
No.
Tonight's
once or twice, not with the app though, so I'm going to have to download the app.
Do it. I recommend
Give it a try.
Yeah, it's fun.
I recommend it to you guys as well.
Free.
Well, yeah, there we go. Well, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Tune in tomorrow night at 6.
Good night.